Hi everyone, I'm Jia and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then I usually make educational and study related content. Now in this video, I'm going to be telling you about how I transformed from 90% in pre-boards to 99.8% in boards as a best of 5 during my gap days. Now I would say don't get demotivated by your pre-board score. Firstly, because obviously the papers are much harder than boards, and secondly, teachers correct in a much stricter way than how it's done in boards. So don't worry, just ensure you learn from your mistakes and don't make them again. Now we will be going subject by subject. I don't want to waste your time because you already have very limited time. So let's start. With mathematics, I usually used to score pretty good, but I wanted to go through that 100 level. So what I did was I made a formula book with all the formulas listed from every chapter so that just before my boards I could go through it and I could remember all the formulas that were there. Secondly, NCERT is your main book for mathematics, so go through your NCERT multiple number of times, both for standard and basic mathematics. NCERT is very important. After which, on the last 2 days before my board exam, I did previous year question papers. Now you guys are very lucky for maths because you have around 10 days of preparation. So what I would say is for 7 days, do 2 chapters per day. And then on the last 3 days, practice previous year question papers, go through your formula book and all of that. Now, for all three, math, science, social, having a clear concept is very important. Even for practicing competency questions, being able to solve them, what you need is good conceptual understanding. In science, I was very bad at the chapter carbon and its compounds, so I started with chapters I was weak at. Similarly, you guys start with chapters that you find hard or you are weak at, and then move on to easier and good chapters so that you have confidence. See, okay, I know everything. And personally, for concept clarity, I use YouTube channels like Next Toppers for all math, science, and social. In fact, I attended like the 4 a.m. marathons, which were kind of shocking to me because when I went and saw the paper after my science exam, it was like 80% same question. So I will suggest highly that you watch Next Toppers video by Prashant Bhaiya, Digraj sir, and Shobit Bhaiya. And of course, their marathons and in the morning video, because you will be able to test your understanding, and like so many questions come repeated. So definitely do check that out. It is from a student's point of view that I'm telling you. So if you want to, please do check it out. Then I made a formula and reactions book. So formula book mein for physics I wrote down all the formulas because my physics was a little bit weak. And reactions. Now chemistry, every chapter say there are so many reactions, right? You can't be scrolling through the textbook always. So write down all the reactions in a book also, so that before your exam you can just go through it. Now bio ke liye I used to just learn the entire NCERT. Let's be honest, every single line in the NCERT is important for bio. After that, during gap days, practice your diagrams properly. And more important than diagrams is labeling. So don't forget labeling and do practice in gap days because you won't forget easily, right? Your exam is like within 3 days. Moving on to English. Now for English, I read every single chapter before my board exam. I wrote key points near the chapter before itself, so I just went through those key points. Remember the author and poet's name always, and go through poetic devices for everything. Now for unseen passage, I did not do much practice personally, and I think I made a mistake by doing that because that's where I lost my marks, I think. So definitely go through previous year question papers for unseen passages and go through the kind of questions that they are asking. Now grammar mein I practice only 4 main topics because questions always come from these only: determiners, tenses, subject verb agreement, and repeated speech. I'll repeat again: determiners, tenses, subject verb agreement, and repeated speech. These are the 4 topics from which questions come mostly, and you can easily score your 10 on 10 marks. Composition ke liye I learned all the formats for all kinds of letters because for format itself you get 1 or 1.5 marks. Finally, SST, like I said, you can refer to Next Toppers if you don't have conceptual understanding. Otherwise, read the entire NCERT fully. It is very important to read those boxes and the tables, because competency questions come from there only. And if you don't study that, then you will not get full. You can get 95 plus without studying it, but you can't get full without studying it. So you choose for yourself. And I personally made short forms for every chapter in geography because geography was very weak for me. I couldn't mug it up. So I made short forms for everything. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please do add these tips to your study right now. Then you will definitely be able to boost your pre-board marks. Go through your pre-board papers, check where you've made mistakes. Don't repeat the same mistakes again. And those chapters where you've made more mistakes, start with those chapters so that you can build your confidence. All the best and keep watching for more such content. Bye and thank you.